And where are we? Well, we have been at this for a while. This is our 8th session working on the wellness exercises. So, and we'll have one next week to really enjoy it and review and kind of look at everything from a slightly different perspective. But again, I promised you no new material, no new movements this week or next week. So that's where we are. We're just going to familiarize and deepen our understanding of what we can do. So today we're going to work through all the wellness exercises that we know. We're going to get much more familiar with this brand new thing we were doing last time, which was the wellness exercise number 7, which is based off of Right Ward Off. And I would like to do one sort of conceptual thing as we go through today, just to sort of add that to what we're doing. But absolutely feel that you don't have to think about it except when you're doing the wellness exercises, okay? So I wanted to go for just a very small discussion of concept very important to Tai Chi, which is yin and yang. So anybody here have any ideas? Have you heard of these concepts before? Do you have any thoughts on yin and yang that you can share? Do you want to share? Okay, I'm not hearing anyone.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them, but only as like they're opposites of each other.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty good thing to say. All right, so I'm going to give you a big picture, actually. So, and this is the way I conceive of it. This is a philosophy that I have come to know and know of, and have adopted, but truly don't understand in all of it. So understand that I don't have the years of growing up in a culture to really benefit from all of this, but it's very cool. And Tai Chi is related to it in several ways. So Tai Chi means one thing. So you can even get cosmic about it and say that one thing is like the universe or the Big Bang or whatever, you know, it's like one thing, right? But as soon as there is movement, so you couldn't define stillness before there was movement, right? There was just one thing, there was nothing. There was one, in some sense there was everything and there was nothing. So it's, you don't want to get cosmological about it. And Tai Chi is one thing, but it has a lot of things that get differentiated, things that are, as Anka said, opposites. So if we think of temperature, it's one thing. You can have hot and cold, right? You think of weight or size, you can have big, small, heavy, light, right? These are kind of the yin-yang relationships. And you can have movement and stillness. So you can have hard and soft. So everywhere in Tai Chi is this yin and yang. And Tai Chi is really, the martial art of Tai Chi is really about constantly making one thing that's sort of bigger and bigger and bigger. So if I can make myself and my opponent one thing, and I can live in that one thing, and when my opponent pushes on me, I absorb that energy, and then I circle it around and I give it right back, and we get this energy circling, I might win, especially if I move just a hair faster than my opponent. So this is what Tai Chi is all about. And it's lovely. And once you start embracing kind of what's the one thing I can make that's bigger, that's kind of cool. So anyway, I've enjoyed it and I love it, and I love it in Tai Chi. And today I am just going to be doing a lot of yin yang calling, you know, like rising, sinking, opening, closing, up, down, you know, like turning out, turning in, right? So just know these are all sort of the sides of it, and one becomes the other. And in Tai Chi, usually one becomes the other by sort of circling back and just accepting that you're part of this bigger whole. So that's a real quick introduction to it. And I wanted to just kind of have that today, because I know some of you, this will be your last class. You may not come next week. So that's where we are. Now let's warm up with our wellness exercises. You guys have done this a lot. So what do we do? Yeah. Oh man, you guys look fabulous, right? The very top of your head, fishbowl, fishbowl. Ah, nice. I see some corrections going on. Have that fishbowl on top of your head, or that point that you just connect skyward, and feel that connection. Maybe even feel a little tiny pull lifting, and then just suspend your whole body so it's down into your feet, soft knees. Can you let that suspension kind of stretch your spine just a little bit? A little gentle lifting up, little suspending down. Maybe you're kind of getting a little taller, but those knees are still soft, and that lower back, there's a bit of a gorilla there. So you are at once aligned and stretched, but feeling comfortable. You're not investing any real energy, just tiny bits of energy that are aware that every part of your joints are just a little more stretched up, down. And as we go through these exercises, you may also feel that stretch coming into all sorts of parts of your body. Let that happen. So here we go. We're going to do opening once and then go into the wellness exercises. So feel that kind of increased expansion across your upper back, turning your arms, and then those arms leave or float up. They're still extended right out to your fingertips. And then you drop your shoulders and you're pushing down, gentle push, you and the ball and the water, until you can't push down anymore. And then going into the wellness exercises, that same expansion across our back, our arms rising, and now bringing our upper and lower together, we sink until we can't sink and push anymore. And then we come up, rising, sinking, still extended, rising, sinking, wave, propagating up all through the tips of our arms, and we sink down. Power coming up, out, restoring. You feel the power coming into your legs as you come down. Power moving up and out and down. Inhaling. Exhaling. Moving into rock spreads its wings. We come up, image first a breathing tree. Huge circle, but always a circle. Breathing out. The tree breathes in. Your arms are expanded, shoulders, elbows down. Breathing in, breathing out. Opening. Closing. Opening. Closing. Now your arms are transforming into wings. The movement is basically the same, but as you think of your arms as wings, who knows, there may be subtle changes. The power in your back propagating into the movement of your arms against the wind. But they're wings now. Always a circle. That's one thing that never changes. Even when you're completely out, just like the tree, it might be the largest tree in the world, encompassing the world, but it is round, and your body rounds with it. Breathing in and out. And coming down. Dropping our hands, our arms rotating. We come up, gazing at the moon. Our shoulders stay down. Our eyes come level. They stay level as we sink. Rotating, expanding, embracing, circling back in, sinking. Rising. Sinking. All part of one thing. Encompassing, gathering, pushing down and through. Breathing in. Breathing out. What images come to your mind? One more. Feeling the bottom. Our arms come down. Little turn. Inside arm rising. Turning out. Grab, pull. Inside arm rising, turning back. And turning out. Grab, pull. Inside arm rising. Turning out, grab, pull, rising, falling, rising, falling as one rises, falling as one rises. Turning out, turning back, turning out.
What are you having for lunch?
Turning back, turning out,
Slices.
turning back. We'll come back whenever you finish the cycle. Join us and come down, up, and close down. All right, nicely done. Let me see if I can just figure out. I'm going to mute everybody temporarily. If you think that there's talking going on where you are, if you could mute yourself. I'm not able to actually find out who's talking right now. So I'm gonna, it's not in, if you're not, don't actually, I'm gonna have to mute everybody, but then you can unmute yourself if.
I think it's Maria, Dee Dee.
Oh, okay, let's see. Yeah, let me just, I'm not seeing her light up, but that's all right. Thank you. Let's try that. Okay, thank you, Anka. That makes sense. All right, I think that's good. I think that took care of it. Great. All right, I would like to hear how that was for people. How was that?
Good.
I'm seeing some, I heard a good, I heard some, I saw some thumbs up. Hey, Maria, I muted you. I hope that's okay. That was okay for you, Maria? Good, good, good. It's just really nice to notice those things too. You know, Tai Chi is very rich. And one of the things that those of us do a lot of Tai Chi do sometimes when we practice is we just do one of those. Like you think of being a heavy and light. What is heavy and light? You think of what is full, what is empty. We think of what is moving straight, what is circling. We think of opening and closing or up and down, and it actually helps us be in our bodies and helps us sort of build this one Tai Chi, which has lots of moving parts and yet is one thing. So, and it's all together. So I wanted to share that with you and offer that to you as a gift in what we're doing. So anytime you can always just go and say, oh, that's opening and closing. Oh, I'm rising, I'm falling. Oh, one is going up and one is going down. That's really interesting. You know, like what's that about? You know, like that happens a lot. One is straight and one is bent. These kinds of things are often happening and they'll help you be able to learn movements as well. So tip on that. All right. I want to continue our warm up with just a little bit of work right into the stuff that was sort of causing us like, I can't get familiar with this last week. I seem to recall that from last week with all of us, including me, because some of this stuff is, I know how to do the basics, but I've really never done them in this way before. So it's really nice to kind of do it. So you'll recall that, you know, we have done this before. We've gorillaed ourselves, remember? And we were putting ourselves in first position last time. I want to make sure people aren't standing like this, right? You want to be like this, right? There's a little tiny bend, like my back is not like this, right? That, whoa, that just wouldn't work for me. But it's not like this either, right? It's just like I'm gorillaed, right? So that's where you should be. And you don't have to put your heels right together. That for a lot of us is really hard, but I'm not looking for this at this point. Like sometimes we do things shoulder width apart. Right now I'm looking for you to be pretty close. So, you know, like like I've got about a line's difference right now, and this is about, I don't know, 1.5 inches or 2 inches between my, whatever works for you. You might have them right together, whatever feels good. And if you can't go out to 45 degrees by, you know, opening this, again, drop your pelvis like you're sitting in the chair a little, be a little more gorilla. And you may not get there. It's all right if you only get a little ways. That's okay too. You don't have to be right at 45. I certainly don't want you past it for this, even if that's something you can do. So we're gonna just practice for a minute a couple of things. Like we're gonna shift. I want your Tai Chi pole, complete with the you know, your Tai Chi or sky pole. I want that nice and straight. Nice. I want you to be able to lift this up, put down, and then we're gonna shift on the other side. Nice. Be able to pull, do this. If your Tai Chi pole is not straight, it's going to be harder to balance, right? So you want to straighten that Tai Chi pole, and all the way to the very top of your head. You've still got that extended feeling. You can do this, right? And then we're going to just stand over here, and we're going to, and we're still a little bit bent over here, and we're going to just unfold, unfold, unfold. And we're going to stand over here, and we're going to unfold, unfold. You can go slower or faster than I do. I don't care. You know, just kind of get that feeling, what works for you, and check your heads, because it's so easy to do this, even if you've got your tight people, and that's just harder. I put weight where you don't want it. So we're going to go like this, and then we're going to come back, shift, out, back, shift, out, back, shift, get yourself there, out, back. You're just going out, you're just unfolding, right? It's a natural unfolding from here. Now, when we actually step, we ran into that last time. There's a tendency to make a little turn with your foot too soon, but you can do this, see? Now you put it down, start to grab with your heel, but pivot a little on it. You see that? A little bit. There you go. You got it. That foot's going to go down. You're turning a little bit, right? You're turning a little bit. That's fine. But there's not super weight on that. It's still bent. This one's still bent, right? In fact, you could be real gorilla here if you want. Feel that. That feels pretty good, right? You could put a lot or a little weight, just be half and half here. Now, is your pole right in the middle? Now just turn on that pole and straighten that back leg, right? Bending this knee. Sorry, forgot to tell you the key part. Then straighten this knee and turn, and now start to move your Tai Chi pole over so you can pick this foot up. Bring it back. Shift that pole. Never move this leg until that pole is shifted and your head is up. Put that fish on top. Then we're gonna unfold out and see? Turn, little turn. There you go. The hips are turning a little bit, but this leg is still here. It's mainly just a little closing right in here. And then turning in the center. Okay? Turning in your center, bend knee. Then what are you going to do? The first thing you're going to do is turn and start to take weight off. Right? You feel that weight coming off into your heel, and then it's pretty much gone. But look what else is happening. My Tai Chi pole is moving. So these are all going to happen at once. Then your Tai Chi pole moves. It's over there. Unfold and turn, bend knee. Back. See, simultaneously turning on your Tai Chi pole and bringing your pole over. Over, out, turn. Now here's what we're not doing. You can find a mirror in your house that's full. You can practice this. This is what not to do, okay? So don't practice this. A lot of people do this. Okay, you see their Tai Chi pole is moving, but it's moving way over here, right? We don't want your Tai Chi pole to go further than right in the center, right in the center line. So there's this turning that happens. See, if I just do this, I haven't really turned much. If I do this, right? You see my shoulders and I'm keeping my shoulders with my hips. You see that? And you're also, you just, you know, you could say even everything's lined up, but you feel this thing going back and forth. So you have to move your Tai Chi pole into the middle and turn around it. See how my Tai Chi pole is in the center? See, turning around it. And when I do, the hips turn too, right? And they're coming back as I pull the weight off. So let's just do some of those. You can do it at your own speed. See how my Tai Chi pole ends up in the middle, right here. And then I'm going to come back and bring it in. Move my Tai Chi pole over here because it's got to be over here so I can pick it up, out. Start to come forward, little turn, put that foot down, right? And then a bigger turn of your hips. Check. This one is kind of straight. This one is bent, and where it's bent, I'm going to actually show you here. Where it's bent, it's not bent like this, way over my toes, right? It's bent just a little past vertical, just a little past vertical. And if you're having trouble doing that and feeling stable, you want to be here instead. Here's how you back off. Sort of put, and you see how I'm straight up and down, almost here in my upper body. You have a little fold right there, right here, this way. And then you'll make this really beautiful line. So if you want, you can actually put yourself this way with me, shoulder to shoulder, looking this way. We can go into first position. We can move our weight onto, let's move our weight onto the foot that's closest to the screen. Actually, no, move your weight onto your right foot. Move your weight onto your right foot. I think that will work. And then I want you to, your Tai Chi pole is over your right foot. You're going to unfold your left foot. Then there's going to be this moving forward and little turn, right? And then you're going to bend your knee and extend. And if you're like this too much, it's a little bit of a turn here. See if I can put my arm up here so you can kind of see that. And if you made it bigger, it would be, you know, more obvious. I usually step bigger, but you may have a really small step, but we're not like this, right? Not like this, we're like this. So if you're taking a small step, which many of us will, then you're going to look almost straight. But you want to make sure that knee is still not over your toes, right? You don't want to get your angle by having it over the toes. And what you may find, those of you who've done Tai Chi for a while, is if you do get this little push right here, it'll actually root you better in both of your feet. The whole bubbling well. Remember, we want our weight on the bubbling well. We haven't really talked about that in here yet. Our whole foot, both of our whole feet. Okay? All right. So I saw some thumbs up from people who have done this before. I don't want to overburden you with this. Just want to give you some more tips about the bow step. It is absolutely fine if when we're doing the next part, you guys don't step fully. You know, you end up stepping too close. It's okay. It's nice to do shoulder width when we're doing this, because that's what we're going to be doing before we end class today. It's nice to go shoulder width. If you find yourself not going shoulder width, it's okay. Right now we're going for the coordination. Just being able to shift our weight and come out and turn our Tai Chi pole and bend this front knee. And we're going to see how that relates to the arms. So any questions on that? It's challenging, isn't it? Let me just tell you that people who do, this is why I do it in every class, and people who do spend years trying to figure out how to get their bow steps to work better. And then they have progressive ahas, and I'm seeing the people who've been in class for years nodding. So don't worry, it's a very deep subject. Maria, did you want to say something? I can't hear you.
I just wanted to say, you're right. It took a long time to figure out just to go forward. You have to go backward first. Is that correct? Or a shifting, I mean.
You have to shift. Yeah, you have to, right. You have to shift away kind of from where you're going in order to get where you're going.
I know it took a long time to learn that.
This is the yin yang, right? Right? This is what it's all about. I'm gonna have to move my thing over here in order to get that foot to go over there. Yeah, exactly. So you've got it right. All right. So we're gonna just looking at our time. All right. So I want to review this a little bit. So remember we had a blob, right? So here we have our regular body shape, and then we had this like tree, but it's not going to be a tree now. It's some kind of blobby thing, and it's not as big up down as it is sideways, right? So we were going over it. You remember that? We're kind of caressing it. We talked about tribbles. We talked about other things. We kind of caressed it. And then we kind of made it a little sort of sharper at the very end. You don't have to do that, but you see how my hands get a little bit more like lines at the very end. But then caress, 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 all the way around the blobby thing and back across. If you want to be a little sharp here, you can. You can see how my hand is kind of a little bit extended and sharp, but notice that I'm not like this, not like this. I'm still got that tree, right? Got that tree, not like this, right? This one's up near my shoulder. It may not show up all the time. And this one's down here. And then we come back out and we're caressing, right? You make it fuzzy, make it a tribble if you want, and then come back. This is another open close, right? Open, close. And we added some stuff onto this later. But you know, I'm just going to do that adding. Well, maybe we'll do a little bit of that adding right now. So what I'd like to do is a little of this open and close. And I want you to, we're going to do it now. I want, as this hand comes up, we're gonna, nice. As this hand comes up, we are going to we're gonna shift our weight, and as it's up, all of our weight's gonna be over there. And then I just want us to turn on our Tai Chi pole and close. And then I want us to open. Whenever there's a high hand, the weight is fully on that side. So you could, you know, like lift this up, because that's what's going to happen shortly. And then when your arms are coming out like this, when we're really opening, your weight comes to center, and so does your Tai Chi pole. Now, we're going to look what's happening. This arm is rising as we're caressing. And so we're going to actually turn, and our weight is going to go over here. Our weight stays over here to this position. And then it comes back to center. And then it moves over here. And we turn. And then we come back to center. And this is even easier, believe it or not, when we're stepping. So we're going to step now. So here we go. Find yourself a spot. First position, gorilla, center, arms out with a blob. Fabulous. Elbows down, shoulders down. You guys look great. Okay. If you want to be down here, that's fine with me. If you want to be up here, that's okay too. All right. Never above your shoulders for this, right? But if it's easier for you to be lower, be lower. That's fine. All right. So what are we going to do? This hand's going to go up. This hand's going to go down. And the upper hand, that's where our Tai Chi moves to that side. See, our pole moves to that side. Nice. Until you free up this other foot. Okay. So this foot's free now. What we're going to do is turn, close, step, unfold. You could take it back. There's not much weight on it. Okay. And then we are going to take it back. So let's just reverse it for the moment. Reverse. See, weight's still here. Now we're going to put that other foot down and shift weight, right? Now we're in the center. And move our Tai Chi pole to this side because the hand is rising. Close, step. And then pull it back. We're just going to reverse for now. Nice. Shift to the other side. Close, step. Coming back. Shift. Close, step. Coming back. You guys are doing great. Shift. Close, step. Coming back. Shift. Weights on the other side. Close, step. Coming back. Close, step. Okay, so one hand's here, one hand's here. Okay, now we're going to go forward, finish this turn a little bit. And when you see how my Tai Chi pole is just about in the center, we're going to bend, we're going to go forward, putting our foot down, but not bending our knee yet. And this front hand is going to come down and in. And yin yang, this hand's just going to, arm's going to rise. Like this. We're going to get to just this point. Just this point. Then we're going to bend our knee and finish. Okay? Nice. You can think here that there's a bird perched here, and you're right at the end of its tail. Now, don't think of that bird right now because we're just going to reverse. We're just going to, like, what are we going to do? We're going to move back a little, reverse it, bring our Tai Chi pole over to what? This side. Pull in, we've practiced this just a minute ago. Shift our weight, close, step. Now what happens? Weight comes down, and as it comes down, arm comes, this arm in, and you're stroking that bird. Where is the bird? On your arm, and you then bend your knee. Finish that nice, beautiful Tai Chi turn of your upper body. So your upper body is actually to the corner. It's only your head that's turned this way. Then we're gonna right? The inside hand comes out, yin yang. All your weight is where? Upper hand, step, transfer your weight in your pole. Nice. Close, step. Put a bird on that bottom arm. And now as it comes up, turn your body towards the side. Keep your head going straight. Nice. And put your, and stroke the tail. Then we're going to reverse, bend that back knee. The inside arm rises. Tai Chi pulls where? Moving towards that rising hand. It's now equal. You're putting your weight down. And close. Step. Bird on the bottom arm. And stroke that bird. The upper hand ends up inside. Right. It's just kind of stroking that bird. So we're going to do this one more time this way. So you can line yourself up. This will be your right hand. And we're going to start like this. So when we're like this, your weight is centered, your Tai Chi pole is centered. And we're going to begin with this right hand rising. So the right hand rises, we move our Tai Chi pole onto the right side. We get in that one up, one down yin yang position. We're going to close step. And then turn it, put a bird on this arm. This right arm is going to come in and down as you put your left foot down and bend knee. Nice. Then we're going to come back. Right hand rises. It's moving, so our weight goes there. Our other foot comes back and we are equal. And then our Tai Chi pole moves to the left side. Close step. And bird on the bottom arm. Stroke the bird's tail. As you finish your turn, come forward. Upper body to the corner. Head looking straight in the direction of your front foot. That's where we're going. This is not easy, is it? Good job. Good job. Anke is the only one for who this is new that I can see. So just in case you can see other people on the screen, no, these other guys at least know the move. They may not have ever done it this way. So that's where we are. All right, so we're just about at the end of class. We're going to do a really quick cool down shortly, but I wanted to ask if you have any specific questions right now on what we just did. All right, hearing none, I am going to suggest that we prepare. Feeling, lifting, pushing up and suspending down. Feel your feet, fishbowl, into moving like the waves. We will only do a few. Up. And sinking down. And going right into rock spreads its wings. Coming up. Out, giant wings, beating in and down and gazing up at the moon. Just celebrate that this is something you know. Let's do 2 more of these. Up. Really celebrate this. You guys worked really hard. And now we're going to go into cloud hands, and inside arm rises, grabs, pulls. Inside arm rises, grabs, pulls. Again, this is all we're going to do. We're going to come back to wherever one arm is up, drop, up, out, shoulder height, and down. Bend your knees a little this time, and we'll drag our fingers through the sand. Grab some, squeeze, and down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Oh, enjoy it. Let all of the hard work melt in accomplishment, challenges that you have taken on. Thanks for joining me today.